Hey friends, thanks for stopping by. If you want shocking betrayal stories, you're in the right place. Don't miss out, subscribe now. Today's story is about a shocking marriage betrayal, a wife's secret affair with her therapist. This true betrayal story is filled with lies, deception, infidelity, broken trust, heartbreak, and the pain of being with an unfaithful partner. Let's dive into this heartbreaking tale of betrayal and infidelity. It all started with trust. Trust in my wife, trust in marriage, and trust in the man who was supposed to help her heal. I thought therapy would be about love, honesty, and fixing what was broken inside her heart. But instead, it turned into betrayal, deception, lies, and infidelity right in front of me, even though I couldn't see it at first. Let me take you back to how it all unfolded. My wife had been struggling with anxiety, and as a husband, I wanted to support her. I encouraged her to see a therapist, believing that honesty and open conversations would help her. I thought this therapist was a professional, a safe place, someone who could rebuild trust. But what he did was not healing. What he did was betrayal in its most disgusting form. Every week she would go to her sessions, and every week I would see her come home with a strange glow. At first, I thought maybe therapy was working. I told myself it was a good sign. But deep down, I started to feel uneasy. There were little lies, small secrets, strange phone calls late at night. My gut screamed infidelity, but I silenced it because I wanted to believe in love. And then one evening, I noticed she was texting someone while smiling in a way she hadn't smiled at me in months. That smile wasn't for me. That happiness wasn't for me. It was deception. I asked who it was, and she casually said it was just a friend. But betrayal has a way of hiding in plain sight. I couldn't ignore it anymore. Weeks later, the truth exploded. I found messages on her phone. Not just simple words, but full of emotional intimacy, secrets, hidden feelings. And then I saw it. My wife was not only confiding in her therapist, but she was having an affair with him. The man I trusted, the man who was supposed to heal, was the very man who destroyed me. Imagine the feeling of betrayal when the person you love is unfaithful. Now imagine that betrayal made worse because the man involved is someone you respected, someone who was supposed to protect your marriage, not ruin it. It was infidelity wrapped in lies, covered in secrecy, and dripping with deception. My heart broke in ways I didn't think were possible. When I confronted her, she tried to deny it. She said I misunderstood, that it wasn't what it looked like. But the lies were clear, the betrayal was undeniable, and the infidelity was right there in black and white on her phone. I asked her directly, "Are you sleeping with him?" She went silent, and silence was louder than any confession. That silence was betrayal screaming in my face. Eventually, she admitted it. She said she felt understood by him, that he listened in a way I didn't. Those words cut me like a knife. It wasn't just cheating, it was emotional betrayal, it was secret conversations, it was lies built on lies. She confessed they crossed the line months ago. And while I was working hard to support her, she was building a secret relationship with the man I thought was helping her heal. The therapist himself was no better. When I confronted him, he acted calm, as if it wasn't a big deal. He used excuses, saying emotions can blur boundaries, and that he didn't plan for it to happen. But betrayal is never an accident. Infidelity is never just a mistake. It's a choice. A repeated choice of lies, deception, and unfaithfulness. He chose to break my trust. She chose to destroy our marriage. Together, they built a world of secrets while tearing mine apart. The worst part was realizing how long it had been going on. Months of betrayal, months of infidelity, months of deception while I was blind to it all. They built an entire affair behind my back, smiling in my face while lying every single day. The broken trust was complete. My marriage was no longer a safe place. It was a battlefield of lies and heartbreak. I went through every stage: denial, anger, sadness. The betrayal made me question my own worth. Was I not enough? Did I fail as a husband? That's what infidelity does. It poisons your heart. It breaks your confidence. It destroys your ability to trust. I felt like a stranger in my own home, like everything I built was just an illusion. The day I walked out was the day I accepted the truth. She begged me to stay, she said she regretted it, she promised to end it. But broken trust can't be glued back together. Once betrayal has poisoned the roots of love, the tree will never grow the same. I knew that if I stayed, I'd live in constant suspicion, forever wondering if the lies would start again. So I left. I chose myself over her betrayal. I chose honesty over lies. I chose freedom over infidelity. It was the hardest decision of my life, but also the most necessary one. The marriage was over, but at least I reclaimed my dignity. This story isn't just about one unfaithful wife or a deceptive therapist. It's about betrayal in its rawest form. It's about how lies, secrets, and infidelity can destroy not only a relationship but also your soul. It's a warning that sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones capable of the deepest deception. And to anyone listening, if you feel lies around you, if you sense deception in your partner, don't ignore it. Betrayal hides in silence, in excuses, in secrecy. Trust your instincts, because the pain of discovering infidelity late is far worse than facing the truth early. My marriage ended with betrayal, with lies, with heartbreak. But I survived. And now, I share this story not just as a victim of infidelity, but as someone who knows the cost of deception. Betrayal changes you forever, but it also teaches you one thing: never let someone else's lies define your worth.